But starting off on this pistol round, regardless, we do see 2 molly sets on Devo, Duvek, and Esker. So it's going to be interesting to see how they use these nades to really develop them into this round.
Well, it's a quick connector split. Up connector they go. Optic Gaming have already shuffled back out of aggressive bathrooms positions they had early. So Magisk, maybe in a little bit of a world of hurt. Now Shazam will bring up the rear.
Yep.
The first smoke will get thrown. Honestly, it looks like they're committing on the back. There's straight up a hit. Optic Gaming have 3 members here. Amalek will be the first in. I'll lose the first to frag, however, as Misfits are falling short in the fragging department. Need some entries as Sean Garris was the first to get involved. But they need some more as Deva Duvek and Shazam are the last 2 remaining. And it's a nice shot from Shazam. That molly took the weirdest bounce I've actually ever seen as Shazam is in a 1v2. His shots down range won't connect. I think that molly hit the gas tank on the...
That's exactly what happened.
Straight
Unfortunately, Devo Duvek, he had the Molotov that would have been crucial in clearing out that A site because you had the 2 CTs playing around that truck area. And if Devo Duvek had landed that Molotov in that truck spot, well, that's an easy round for Misfits to now move up into the site, clear out those truck guys, and get into that post-plant scenario. Unfortunately, Devo Duvek didn't really use that Molotov until it was too late, and even when it did happen, well, the Molotov took a funny bounce, bounced high into the air, exploded, and nothing came of it. So 1-0 for Optic here, and a great start for the EU mixed team.
Well, with no bomb plant, Misfits will buy what they can. And you can see exactly what they will get out. It's just Sean Garris to be the man to not go for head armor, just so we can get that smoke double flash. And they are fighting for a bomb plant. Of course, the round win, but secondary prize is that plant.
Ooh, I really like this here. They're saving that extra pop flash on Escares to hopefully get one of these Optic Gaming members committed to a peek, and here comes the flash now from Escares.
Yeah, no one from Optic really wanted to take that peek as they will smoke off short, but all the action coming out monster. HS from barrels will line them up. Can't find a single frag. It's good. Entries here all of a sudden from Sick as Magician Mixwell try to hang on to the site and they will recover nicely. But look at Sick still finding frags with his CZ.
Big. Sick's able to get out now with that CZ, and look at the HP on the side of Optic.
Jeez.
The fact that he's able to get out gives him the chance to isolate some more one-on-ones as he moves towards A. You see the long rotate from Alu. You see Magisk playing alongside him in that upper area. So as we see Sick now move out into that A site, he's primed for the clutch ace.
Slowly working out. Long bomb on his back. This would be an insane ace for the CZ. Not only getting entries, but staying alive long enough to put himself in a clutch situation as he's going to plant for himself on bank side. And Alu is going to take very long to get here. He's just getting connector now, and they don't have a kit. So time's really a big issue.
And here we go. Sick. If he's able to pick up Magisk here, all he has to do is play the 1v1, and he does.
And he's going to get the M4, has head armor. Alu's on 4. Maybe a well-placed nade will put Sick down. But no, not a single point will hit. As Alu's going to push, and Sick will ace. Huge for Misfits on a CZ, and he closes it out. What a play from that player. Sean wants the crowd in it. He wants the crowd in it.
Sean wants to yell right there with him. That was, and rightfully so. What a round from Sick there. As he gets out of that, that all came down to him escaping that B site after finding out Alu was on the flank. He knew Magisk was in that B site already. He knew Alu was behind him, exiting towards that short, allotted him a lot more space to now work with the map. He moves towards that A site. He isolates the 1v1, and at that point, well, with 4 HP, are you really going to be able to clutch out? Sick did a great job there bringing Misfits right back.
And it's crazy if you think about it, because he got entries, he got trade frags, he escaped, and then clutch.
Yeah, and
rarely do you see that.
I'd like to talk about the way they got into the B side too, because you saw HS, he was playing that barrel area, right? And he actually didn't eat the flash. But the big thing behind it was the 2 people in the pit got popped by Sean's flash. So HS was isolated. He takes that contact. Well, his teammates were flashed. There was no crossfire set up. The Misfits side are able to run up towards that barrel area, get those frags. Fortunately, Mixwell's trading back, bring him back into it, but that's where Sick gets his play. That's where Sick makes the outside short play, goes back down towards connector through all of that chaos pretty much, and wins them the round. So, I mean, even though Sean Garris, did the great pop flash, it came back towards the Optic side there, but in the end, Sick, great individual play to really pull that round out in their favor.
We are just going to have a quick issue on stage with HS. We will get that resolved quickly. As Misfits have to be feeling good, right? Because you go into that round, you're like, you know what? We'll get a bomb plant. We'll get one. As you mentioned, Sean gets that smoke, 1 pop flash. They hang on to the second.
Oh, well, they came out with a couple more flash. They came out with a pretty heavy nade set into that round, but the big thing was that when they threw the nade set, they didn't execute. They drew nades back, and then what ended up happening was, well, the CTs need to start holding the smokes. They need to start looking down towards Monster, and that's where the pop flash that Sean was hanging on to really came into effect, and a huge pop flash in that.
And it must hurt Optic that the first 2 players in sight don't get a single frag. HS gets shut down towards barrels, and I forget who the second player was towards sight. Didn't get anything. It's just 6 CZ just demolished them.
Yeah, and it's just a testament to what one pop flash can create in terms of space for your team.
So we are just going to jump into this one shortly. I believe the issue has been resolved. And we are going to just wait for the dot readies. Now, we're in a spot where you win pistol as a CT, you lose to the force buy. 9 times out of 10, the CTs will buy back into it. Right? Like, do you save? I've seen most teams just straight up force right back into it.
Yeah, most likely we will see Optic force right back into it. I don't see why they wouldn't, because, once again, they've been reset early on. So there's no problem with this kind of force very early on into the half. You're just trying to basically claw back, do economy damage, maybe even win the round, and start your half back on your side. So Optic very well could be going for that force buy, no problem. And that's where it gets scary, especially on a map like Overpass. If those CZs are able to get into that short B area, if the CZs are able to get towards that connector bathroom, well, it gets very scary for the terrorists who, I mean, coming through that bathroom area, first of all, you have to check left and right. Right? So right away, if the CZ catches the right angle, that's a free kill for them, especially towards that short B. I mean, if you're coming at that short tunnel and you have the CZ waiting for you, that's an advantage fight for him. So regardless, Optic with these pistols are still in a good spot.
No, I don't know about you, but I personally really love Overpass. I feel like it's a map I wish more NA teams played. And more NA teams actually studied.
Overpass is definitely one of my favorite maps. Going back to LDLC, their days, they are one of the teams that I really liked watching on Overpass just because of the way they were able to, I guess, play towards the whole map and really work that map control. And they've been doing the meta, I guess, for a year now that's established amongst most teams lately. So LDLC's Overpass is one of the stronger Overpasses, I think, in the last few years, in the past, right? We're talking LDLC that became NV US. Okay? So they were one of the first teams I really like to watch on Overpass, and a lot of the stuff that they developed on that map, I'm seeing projected across teams all across the world now. So I definitely enjoy the map Overpass.
Question, how useless is the boost on under the balloon in Party?
That's actually
I've seen it done. I don't know how much you get out of it.
Yeah, if you actually, I mean, it's a pretty cheeky boost. You're able to clear that tree area over on the left side, and that's a huge boost. In previous times, Navi was actually doing a triple boost in that area to clear that side, but now with that balloon boost, well, that's huge. You can only send one, you can send 2 guys towards that area, boost up on it, and clear the lung. Whereas in past, you would have to boost 3. It would be 3 people
in the
committed
corner, right?
Yeah, 3 people committed. So that balloon boost, I'd say that's a huge find.
Now, I really like the map like Overpass because CT side aggression is so fun to watch for me. There's something about CT side aggression that makes me excited about a Counter-Strike game. When the CTs get to depict the pace and fight, make the teams fight pretty much out of spawn for map control. It's something that I get really excited in. Of course, every map can't be like that, but that's why I really like a map like Overpass, because there is that fight. There is that initial engagements. There's never going to be a dull moment. You can have CTs getting water control, and the Ts have to fight for it right away. You can have to fight at connectors. It's a very layered map, because you can have different layers of aggression. You can get right in their face at Fountain. You can play towards connector. You can go to bathrooms. You can go to site. There's so many options for CTs, and that's what really makes me love the map, personally.
Oh, no, I'm definitely in agreement as to why. I mean, for the same factors, it's one of my favorite maps to throw, to pick, to play. Just because on CT side, well, yeah, the B site's a little bit tougher. It's a little bit harder to hold. But that A side, if you do that initial aggression, you send your op towards Fountain, and then you start pulling them back slowly towards that bathroom, and then eventually end up in sight. Well, that's 1, 2, 3 phases of different CT holds that you can do within one round. So I really like Overpass for that factor. Whereas, you know, on maps like Nuke, maybe even Inferno, you really only have 2 phases. You have the initial aggression, and then you're back into your site. So Overpass does add a different dynamic in regards to
the worst map to pug, though.
Oh,
it's the worst map.
I mean, I don't pug often. So.
True, but when you do, definitely not Overpass.
No, I'm probably going to go for maybe a light Santorini.
Really? A little bit of Mirage?
I like to have fun. I like to have fun when I pug.
Okay, so you do some 1.6 pugs or before they got
No,
shit.
I'll just go into, no, lights on the ESCA.
Yeah, but does anyone really queue it?
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Really?
You put 3 bad maps on, you're going to get one of them.
some Dust 2 Santorini.
You put Fire,
Light.
Santorini, and Light in. Ooh, that's a matchmaking night
You're
right
having
there.
a good time. So you can see what Optic Gaming bought back up in response to losing to the Force buy. They will get 3 CZs, a UMP, and a Scout. And Davidovec with his MAC-10. It seems like Misfits have been having just a love affair with these MAC-10s. They run it pretty much every round when they know the money's close to broken or they're half buys.
Oh my gosh.
Sean Gares can't clean this up onto the Glock. Burst as well. Optic will find it. Meanwhile, the quick flank from Optic Gaming is getting shut down. HS may get a lucky timing, but the MAC-10 train is going to continue towards the A site.
Ooh, HS is right up in the backs here. Oh my gosh, the turnaround from Shazam keeps Escares alive with that bomb on his back, but Freiberg, ooh, he was in a position to maybe get 1 or 2 kills. Fortunately, though, Davidovec picking up that MAC-10 kill, gets himself $600 and gets Misfits their second round. This is where we see now Optic go onto that save. Misfits are going to be able to build a little bit of more economy, boost their wallets going into this half now.
Well, I know Rabbit's going to hop walls, so maybe the green wall won't be much of a chance.
Oh, wow.
Connecting parallels here.
All right.
Connecting parallels. And it looks like it is going to be a gamble push here from Optic Gaming with just their USPs. These MAC-10s.
Oh, no.
You know, it's scary to fight in connector, but they do a nice job of making sure they only lose 1, minimize their casualties. I'm happy what Sean did was off screen. We're safe.
Well,
We're safe.
It was a good round there from the Misfits side. Everybody just scrapping out towards that connector, picking up, only losing 1 kill, the MAC-10 getting the majority of the kills. So look at the economy now on the Misfits side, where you have Shazam sitting at 8.5, 6, 7.2. They've done a great job over these last few rounds to really bolster that economy and get themselves going for this early half here.
And you can see on the lack of utility from Optic Gaming, they feel obligated to play aggressive somewhere, and they choose long A. Shazam gets the opening, and Shazam pulls it over to Alu. Misfits. Look at this now, as the rifles come out from Optic, and they immediately disappear from their hands. Freiberg's going to try to fight and hold this off, but he's just going to have so many Misfits members in his face. A molly behind him and flashes to boot. As Sean Gares cleans up Mixwell, Freiberg's going to be in a world of hurt. He is able to stand tall for 2 frags. Actually, he ends up getting a 3rd before he goes down, as it's HS in a 1v2. His own flash actually caught him there, and Shazam gets a 3K of his own, 4-1. Change of pace for Misfits as they just run over that long stack from Optic.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the essential, I guess, what you would call a default on overpass, where you're either taking towards that mid control or you're taking the long. They throw the initial pop flash towards the long. They're able to clear out. Shazam picking up 2 very big kills towards that long. No trades going down. Instant 3-on-5 for the Misfits side. I mean, that's exactly what you need out of your T first gun round here. Optic back onto that eco now, and Misfits poised to get their 5th round.
Yeah, Sean, as soon as this molly's gone, he is going to go himself. Even the jumping MAC-10 is so accurate.
Ooh.
And they will get timing, but good thing 6 here. As they've left the bomb in a safe place, they just want to take as many aim duels as they can. Although they only have AKs left, so if one of these players go down, it will be a little pricey. But starting off hot on the T side is Misfits. And this is quite a CT-sided map, in my opinion. So coming out with a statement like this, we'll see if Optic's going to answer back. 5-1. Rifles will come out from Optic. And I think they need to answer soon. Because Misfits, they're very motivation-based, especially the French duo. They really get into it. When at the minor, actually, when they were the last 2 alive in a few rounds, all you hear is just screaming French. They just go full French mode, and they somehow pull rounds out of nowhere. So I look for that to being a continuous trend. And then also an important note, I suppose, is Misfits have not decided to go for an op yet. They don't feel pressured. They're liking the rifles, so they're setting the pace.
I don't think Shazam's actually died yet since these gun rounds have started, so there's no need for him to actually pick up an op. But now with Magic's, taking him down, we probably will see Shazam pick up that op going into next round. But 2 big kills there from Magix on that aggressive play. We were talking about that earlier. Magix does the first phase. He plays that aggressive fountain playground area, gets those 2 kills, and now look at Optic now. They're able to play a little bit more back towards that A site, play a little bit more passive, and that's really beneficial for them in this 3-on-4 scenario. You don't want to give up any more easy frags here. And I really like this from Freiberg, pushing up towards that long, and they're going to have Alu bait in sight with the op.
Sick throws a molly behind him and try to throw a little bit of a fake. Perhaps they think, well, he just mollied Cubby. Maybe he's not as pushed up as he was, although he will peek in the op of Alu. But Sean's going to slowly walk up. Mixwell wins the first fight. Can he win the second? He can.
Great job.
He may have a cold. He's looking, starting to heat up here. Hands are in the microwave. Don't know who does that, but he might.
I mean, sick right there with that Molotov. He was trying to, you know, create that presence, try and get a little bit of tension over to him while his team's walking out B. Unfortunately, Alu with that op in sight picks him up very easily at the bathroom exit. And then you see Mixwell on that short. That's a very advantageous position when the T's are are walking up, not rushing up. So Mixwell picks up 2 easy kills there on the short B by the sandbags to get Optic their second round.
And you can see now Shazam with his 4750 valued weapon in his hand. As Misfits will slow the pace. Op out, play it slow, but still make sure you get map control because it's so critical. Even in set defaults on Overpass, you need map control even right off the gate. So once you get that, then you can sit in your default, but it's gaining this map control early and trying to force these CTs out of bathrooms without losing too much out of it. As you can see, they're doing a little bit of a bait and switch here with Magisk and Alu. Alu will be first point of contact. He'll take a shot and try to fall back, but he's almost put himself in a rough spot.
No, he's in a very good spot
he's actually
there.
going to be able to fall back.
With Magisk playing this close bathroom there. Ooh, Shazam, great shot onto him. But Magisk is still in a great spot, but he gets spotted out, and he's only going to be able to get 1 now as Optic lose 2 people. And that's an open A site as Freiburg now moving into maybe salvage and get his team back into
that
it.
flash is perfect. Full blinded every member of Misfits. He just can't land the shots. The smoke was such a great barrier to deny Freiburg any kind of vision there. As Mixwell gets shut off the stairs, as HS tries to fight back in. He hits one nice headshot on Omnic. There's one more Frenchie to find in second Shazam.
Oh, no way. That's a nice smoke. Tell me that went over. Perfect.
Yes, it did. And the flash, too.
That
was a Misfits flash that caught Devaduvek. And HS, he has a kit. Keep in mind, he may just stick this. As Mixwell will cover him. He's on the bomb, and Shazam finds it last second. Misfits go 6-2. But that definitely came close.
What an effort there from the Optic side. I love that smoke over the box from HS. That allows him to really peek into that, you know, get a little bit more control when he comes around that right side of the bomb.
So he's not worried about throwing his own smoke.
Well, he doesn't have to worry about going ahead and peeking that short B area, getting the contact on somebody holding a headshot angle or even the bathroom side. So that was a huge effort put in by him. And then his teammate comes in with that second smoke. The only thing maybe that needed to happen different was the person not on the bomb needed to pick up 1 or 2 kills, at least to, you know, put him in that defusal situation. Unfortunately, Mixwell doesn't get 1 of them, and HS just getting shot through that smoke, loses the round, and Misfits picking up another. Great round for them. 6-2, sending Optic back onto that eco round.
Is it just me or Shazam getting chiseled?
Chiseled?
He's getting bigger. Why am I the only one who notices these things? You don't notice these things?
I mean,
that's all right.
He's like 22 now. I've known him since he's been around since he was 18. So he's growing up. He's putting on adult pounds for sure. Yeah,
the adult pounds.
Yeah, no, he's looking.
When will those hit me?
Look at that smile there. He's feeling good. Now he's blushing. Now we got Shazam blushing.
I don't want those adult pounds. Keep those away from me.
What?
Well, it depends where they go. If they go to my hips, maybe.
If they go to your hips, maybe.
Depends, maybe. So I think, Misfits are doing everything right. I mean, there's obviously some mistakes, but they're just getting great timing. They're getting map control early. Optic Gaming have tried fighting them, but the flashes have been great.
The 2 gun round defaults they've essentially run has been the long A default, and then they switched back and went with the connector short B default. Both of them working very well for their side. Unfortunately, in the short connector default that they ran in the previous round, Magisk was in a very good spot. When Alu went down, Magisk actually pulled out a smoke to kind of delay. He gets caught with that smoke.
They were already on top of him.
And he ends up only being able to recover 1 frag. So Optic is playing a proper setup. You know, they had the 2 long in the prior round. Unfortunately for them, I just feel like right now Misfits firing on all cylinders.
They are.
And really just cleaning up the kills that they need to be cleaning up, giving Optic really no forgiveness in regards to them missing a shot.
One thing I noticed from Misfits at the minor, which was really the most recent LAN they've played and in most recent times, they're very clean Counter-Strike. It wasn't too sloppy. Like in group stages, like it was just tight Counter-Strike.
Never.
And you didn't really see too much. Perhaps, well, Steel might disagree with me with a Shazam re-peaking point, but that's team-wise.
That's an individual trait. Like every player's got an individual trait. Like Stewie's you know, the smoke criminal.
Yep.
Maybe Shazam's, you know, notorious for, you know, he's going to re-peek because he does enjoy going for that frag, getting, you know, he's confident enough to go back and get that frag. So everybody's got a personal trait, you know, that they do play by. But regardless, now Sick moving in, first guy into that B site, not seeing anything. Misfits able to get that bomb down. Post-plant scenario once again. And the 7th round on the board here, looking like for Misfits.
Looking like it. It'd be disastrous for them to lose this to USBs as they get the AK. Shazam missing a
don't
shot.
Chase that.
He may go down. Yeah, he did push, perhaps a little bit too much. As now Sick and Devadavek are out of utility. Just one more flash on Sick. They're both coming from Monster, and actually Mixwell will take care of Freiberg, so Sick will say thank you. But Devadavek's in a 1v1 versus Mixwell. He has an AK, 1 bullet, and he'll get it done.
I like this now. We might see Devadavek overextend for the peek, and he's doing a great job here, just holding the tight angle, making Mixwell work for that defuse, and Mixwell can't even go for it. So he's going to go for Shazam's op, picks it up, and that's huge for them to actually recover, because that's a gun. Yeah, they may have been able to buy it, but now they have the option of going into a double op setup.
It's funny that we start talking about a personal trait and then we see it unfold right in front of our eyes.
Yeah, unfortunately, a little bit too eager there on Shazam's part, and that's going to give up the op to the Optic side, and that could be very detrimental because on a map like Overpass, the double op setup, which they actually don't have on the field right now, but a double op setup, if they had bought into it, well, that gets you very easy picks towards that monster, towards that short B, towards that bathroom area. I mean, the op can do work on this map. So, unfortunately for Misfits,
What's Alu's spawn? He has the... I don't think he has a good spawn. Maybe, actually, I think he may have the one close bathrooms.
I think you... well, especially on this map, I feel like most of the spawns on this map you're able to do something with.
Yeah,
you get the long A spawn, you get the close bathroom, you get the close B spawn.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, you're able to, as an op, either... you know, go towards that fountain, go towards that long A.
Hey, this is where I'm
exactly.
headed.
Hey, I have a B spawn here. I'm going to go short B for the pick. I'm going to go monster for the pick. So, like, right now you see Alu with that front spawn on his team, and he's probably going to go maybe towards that fountain area. He's going for that long. Exactly.
Okay.
So, we're going to see Alu now push up towards maybe that tree, towards that rock.
Yep.
And we're going to see the flash maybe come in from Magisk. Oh, no, Alu actually going for the passive play with that spawn.
Magisk will just play his support in bathroom.
Exactly. He's going to play longside bathroom and really just help out Alu if any contention comes towards him.
Well, Misfits, as normal so far, have been able to get water control relatively free. Optic Gaming haven't been too eager to push out of the B site, whether it be in water or just not yet. So Misfits will take what's given to them.
I really like this from the Misfits here. They created some early B presence, took that short.
Yep.
Now, leaving Sick there allows them that easy rotation here. They most likely will go for a connected clear. Oh, no, they're actually opting to go all the way back to B here. Maybe Sick made a sound cue. Maybe Sick made some information or gained some information here. But nonetheless, they're going back into the 3 members of Optic.
And they've baited out a little bit of Molly based on the time wasted and presence early. That's another smoke from HS. They may just straight up flash through this.
Yep. This is a great execute here.
Oh, look at the flashes though from Optic Gaming response. Mixwell can play around Pillar beautifully. Ooh. They need to peek together. They are just getting mowed down right now as it's Sick and Sean cares and HS from short. His smoke lasts just long enough to stop Sick from wanting to go through it as he's in a 1v4. No CZ and the other players have rifles, so perhaps.
I feel like that was a little bit preemptive from the Misfits side there. Oh, Sick doesn't spot Majiskin.
Think he knows perhaps someone's flanking him though?
No, he's just watching his back here, being aware of connector and everything. But Sick's going to go for the save. But what I like to talk about was he was smoked off on that short the entire time when the execute came out.
Yep.
So that crossfire almost, you know, to play apart the CTs and pick them apart. Misfits really never had the option there. Sick was left behind to smoke for the majority of the round, watching his team get picked apart. If, however, they had waited maybe, 10, 15 more seconds, or even 7, and let that smoke to start going away.
I'd imagine Sick calmed it, and Sean was just like, well, we've already thrown our mollies. Well, let's go.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, I mean, just in that scenario, Sick not being able to get involved, I think that was a huge factor in Misfits not being able to get that round.
And some players just don't feel comfortable going through smokes, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
So it's scary. You don't know what's on the other side.
No, I'm sure you would have gone through it if Sean wanted him to.
Oh, for sure. Comes down to the calls. As Magisk is going to get aggressive towards Party. Now, Alu got the first, and he's going to fall back. Leave Magisk in a tight spot. A lot of places to look in here. As he hears so many players, but doesn't want to move a muscle. Now he'll go as soon as he hears the players going long. He'll peek, can't get a second, but damaged out to Sean Cares. Great start for Optic Gaming in this one.
And that's huge because he made the info call towards that long of the two players playing towards long. And then with Freiburg picking up the last remaining player in Eskers towards that middle, well, now you see Alu, he spins around, he's able to watch his back towards that long. And the only part that might bite him here is that he's got no rotation watching his front. Now Alu does spin as we see the rotation from HS come in to pick up that long.
They know exactly what's happening here.
And this is great. Towards that short B as well, Mix will set up to really just anchor, pick up maybe 1, 2 kills guaranteed in his position.
Door open? I think
no,
he closed it,
door's
right?
not open. No.
Not a lot of time either. If you
No.
walk it all the way around, I don't think you have time to walk it all the way around through T-spawn.
They won't be walking it all the way around. I think they just wanted to clear that connector for the quick flank, and now they actually will be hitting it.
No flash, door open, both swing. Won't be ready for Mix. Well, and he will get them both. May take a couple extra bullets, but you know what? Job is done. 7-4. Although Misfits have already put up a decent number on that T side, it's up to Optic to still continue this recovery phase.
100%. You look at Optic now going out, picking up this round, and look at their economy now. It's not really built to that point that they really need. They do have maybe one more force buy in them at this point, with Alu sitting on 6.4, and I believe Mixwell a little bit higher than that. But really, Optic haven't started to bolster their economy in these rounds. And Misfits, if they're able now to, pick apart some more people on this eco round, maybe 3 kills, that's a good eco round for them because they're hurting that Optic economy. And going into that next round, well, if Misfits win it, they send Optic right back onto that eco.
We've seen pistols like this win a round before.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think that's going to change.
I really like this right now from the Misfits side, just grouping up towards that B, that same single pop flash on the back of Sick to just hopefully catch a couple CTs out and allow you to pick up those easy kills and maybe a bomb plant.
It takes one CT going blind to not be able to support the crossfire.
Here we go from Eskers.
And it will fall apart, waiting for the flash. Actually going to go before the flash. Sick will hang on to it. Can't hit the shots, but Sick can. His pistols are just insane right now as he's able to get Freiburg down to 28. Deviduvek just staying alive as they call. There's a player in water. What a shot, Deviduvek. As now it's Magisk and Alu as it's a double nade in, and it's just Shazam in a 1v2. That nade was right on the mark as Alu will hit the shot. And still another close round with just pistols there for Misfits.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Misfits wanted, essentially. 3 kills, maybe a bomb plant. That's a good eco round on their part. They're taking down the majority of the Optic members, which means, the 2 people are going to have to drop 3 guns respectively, and that's going to be a big economy burden on the CT side. And look at that right there. Alu, the only one really sitting above 7K or at 7K. The rest of Optic, they do have another buy in them, but like I said, if Misfits win this round, I mean, they're poised to come back into this half very strong.
Oh, look at Alu. He wants to fight with Freiburg. They do the boost, and Freiburg gets 3. Alu is still at short, holding it down. As all of a sudden, Misfits are down to Shazam and Sean Cares. And now they seem a little baffled as that boost finds success. And I think it was a big part of not only a flash coming in from Optic Gaming there. Misfits had to smoke the molly and run through it. And Alu on short, there's just so much to look at for Misfits.
Yeah, so essentially the first contact was made with Alu on short, which allowed Freiburg in that boost position to have Terrace looking, at short, not at him. Generally, the boost position is the first thing cleared by Terrace, but because Alu's so close, the Terrace hear that as they're coming through the tunnel, so he's going to be pre-aiming that. Freiburg picks up 3 easy frags on that sandbag boost, and now allows Optic to possibly get their 6th round. Unfortunately, I do not see Shazam and Eskers in this 2v5 really coming to life and picking up this round, but who knows? Anything is possible.
It'll take some mistakes.
I don't think necessarily mistakes. It'll take some great shots. Some great shots from them.
Yeah, I can see that. Frogberg wants the ace. He's already rotated to the ace site. Spots the first.
And this is great. Now popping that flash. Ooh, he goes for the repeat.
Gets his 4th. Can Freiburg get the ace here? Just Shazam. Freiburg, no!
Ooh.
Gets the dink. No ace for you.
Now that is scary here. Shazam moving towards that ace site. I mean, chances are he's not going to win this round, especially with the 2 CTs rotating in. However...
Wow, the jumping CZ across from Alu.
I was hoping he might be able to pick up the frag onto Alu and drop a little bit more economy down for the Optic side. But now, going into these last few rounds...
Ooh, it's rough.
Yeah, going into these last few rounds, Optic's fine. They've got the money. They've no problem. That round was crucial in regards to Misfits, you know, burning that economy of Optic and coming back into this. Optic now, their economy's fine. They're looking good. Regardless of what happens these next few rounds, they've got buys in them. No problem.
This buy looks nearly identical to the round where Sick aced. So certainly still deadly, Magisk.
Nice nade.
Yep. Gonna fall back in through his own smoke. That's a missed one. That's gonna let Magisk Boy peek if he wants to. Can't clean up Sick. Seems to be the storyline so far in this game, as Sick seems indispensable. As Alu is gonna try to fall back. There may be too many players in front of him, as he'll get the first and have support from Freiburg. Lovely peek as they work together beautifully. As the pistol starts to swarm, however.
Great job.
Very back and forth. This is Devadovec with head armor. Mixwell towards Truck, wants to peek. And if Devadovec can isolate Mixwell here,
nice
but
try.
yeah, Mixwell hangs on and gets the op, 7-7.
Almost another close eco round there for Optic there as those pistols pushing up into the site. Some great shots hit once again from the Misfits side. Fortunately enough, Mixwell, the extra rotation into that truck area is what really cements Optic that site, allows them to win the round. And that could have been crucial in the half there. If Misfits win that round, they hit 8. And then going into that last round, I mean, a 9-6 spread, that's very scary, I mean, at the end of the day. Ooh, look at Alu taking that damage down to 19 HP here. He's still going to be going aggressive towards that short, but his round is a little bit short-changed now with that 19 HP. Not too much damage needs to be put out towards him to take that op off the field.
This boy wanted to get aggressive towards Party, but he will just fall back safely towards bathrooms.
Ooh, Alu opting towards that short, and Sick jumps over his op scope. And
Did
Sick
he
might
spot him?
no, I don't think he spotted him. Regardless, so Alu getting out of there.
Yep.
And he is going to re-aggress now towards that short.
Well, with a minute 5, it's looking more and more like a B site as Devadovec goes down to 8 HP. That may have happened before, actually. But the nade in from Alu catches him. And the flashes are going to come out.
Good
Alu
flash.
on pillar. Is he going to be able to stay alive? No, Sick from short. We can see how important that is, as we talked about it earlier. When he comes up short, the players on site are put in such a rough spot. And Sick will get himself under heaven. His teammates will get in post plants of monster/site. And if Mixwell finds success, maybe there's a chance. As he even has a nade and a molly. And Freiburg has some utility of his own. He'll get a flash out. Here they go. They molly out Sick. He has to swing and fight. And he can't find a frag. But it is Omenek, the Frenchman, to bring it back. And Shazam on pillar has to hit one of those. It's Omenek, the man who dropped a 40 bomb in regulation. In a 1v2, taps the bomb, will get the spray, can't transfer it. Freiburg will hold on. They will go 8-7 at half. And you know what? That is a perfectly fine recovery and a decent half score for them.
Yeah, unfortunately, if Omenek there going for the diffuser, not really looking for the extra person in that situation, that's what gets him killed there. If he had taken a little bit more time, I do believe he would have picked up that round, you know, as he did notice that there was no one on the bomb, right? So he's able to look for the extra guy, maybe look for somebody looking for him. Unfortunately, he does shoot at the guy on the bomb site. That's when the pillar player peaks, and Misfits unfortunately lose that round to a great 1v1 peak from Freiburg.
Well, now the half was as close as it can possibly be going into this next one.
Yeah.
You'd still have to give it to Misfits on just how great their T-side was. Granted, Optic did start to figure them out. Their aggression started to pay off. Alu and Freiburg really worked together great. Same with Magisk towards bathrooms. They did a nice job of floating Alu around.
I think the big thing on Optic right now is Freiburg sitting at 110 ADR. I do believe he's the IGL as well for the team. So coming out right now and putting up those kinds of numbers while leading your team in that situation they were in, because they were down the majority of that CT side, right? They had to climb back to really salvage that half. So Freiburg putting up a show here and really leading his team by example right now.
It's that veteran stance, perhaps.
Most first kills going on Shazam and Alu. And
that's as it should be, right?
Yeah, Shazam had that great one round, the first gun round where he ran out long. That was really a huge round for him to get that momentum, get that confidence built up in himself. And since then, he's really been running away with it. Top fragger for his team right now, sitting at 100 ADR. He's doing a great job here.
I feel like Shazam is a confidence-type player. Right?
I feel like most players are confidence-type
True,
players,
but like some players are just so sound throughout. Like they just have so much trust in their mechanical skill. Where Shazam runs more of emotions on his sleeve kind of guy. Where he's his own worst enemy. Then again, you can apply that to every player.
Yeah,
so
I don't really.
Kind of going
Yeah.
down a rabbit hole here.
I would say he's one of the more veteran players in the CSGO scene, and at this level, I mean, getting down on yourself, everybody knows that.
It happens.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you're playing at a level where, you know, for instance, Twist in the 1v3 yesterday, players are capable of doing amazing plays like that. When you have oppers like Skadoodle, who, yeah, you might be in a 3-on-1, but he's going to flick all 3 of those shots. You're not playing at a tier now where, you know, the opper might miss. And when that comes, you have to keep your chin up at times because, yeah, you might be in a 4-on-1 scenario, but what happens if that guy, individual skill, shows up and he cleans you up with a 4K? Don't get down on yourself, guys. It happens from time to time. Let's brush it off and go again. But here we go into this pistol round now is Optic going towards that B side with a double smoke situation on their backs.
Keep it on Sean Garrett. He is the man who has double flashes. As HS is going to casually walk up. Wait for the utility to get thrown over from Freiburg. David Vex is going to peek Monster. Sick gets the first. Is this going to be a Misfits round? As David Vex getting pushed from behind. And Sick can't land shots after the first one, but he can hit that on Magisk. A great trade from Alu, but look at Almanac pushing short. It is just a blender, and Misfits will just shove out Optic Gaming 8-8. And it came down to Sick getting the first. And then that Monster push was kind of one-sided after short was dealt with.
Well, Sick, great job out of him staying alive towards that barrel area. Crucial in allowing his teammates to rotate into that side and get involved. If he goes down there, we would maybe see the Optic players start to spread out into that site, push up to maybe the graffiti area, start making a little bit more presence. Fortunately, Sick able to stay in that barrel, committed Optic a little bit longer than they would have liked to that early site entrance, and that really allowed the Misfits players to start rotating in, and that was a great individual effort from Sick.
Well, it is just going to be a mow down as Sean Gares will take care of HS and put Freiburg quite low. It is just Magisk about to be pinched, and it's Sick to find the last 9-8. And with that bomb plan, I think that was a little bit of an investment from Optic, so I'm not too sure how comfortable they're going to be. I think they can still all get AKs out. Question is, do they want to?
No, they won't.
No, they can't.
They didn't get the bomb down.
They didn't get the bomb down. Right, I'm losing my mind over here still. It's early. Just finished my coffee.
No worries, but yeah, Optic going for that full save. Why? Because they want to get the op onto Alu's back going into that first round. They want to be able to buy up with that full utility. They didn't really want to force up because, well, when you do force, it knocks out the op instantly, and it makes it a little bit harder on your side to get that economy and really get your first round under your belt.
And that gets 2 with his aggression. Shazam.
Ooh, not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
They can get 1 more here. This is a decent round. Let's see what Freiburg's able to do with this P250 in his hands.
For a couple of P250s and a Glock, I think they'll be content with this. Freiburg's going to take him on a little bit of a run.
I like this.
And if
Freiburg,
he runs,
he's booking
when you run far wall, the players in bathrooms can't hear your footsteps.
And this is perfect from Freiburg here. He's going to be able to move into that site.
He's got the plant.
And he's going to get the plant. And that's what I'm talking about here. The plant coming in allows him not only to Alu to get his up, but he's going to be able to get nades on top of his up. He's going to be able to possibly buy that upgraded pistol. So that's crucial here. Great job from Freiburg. Not worrying about kills, trying to get that plant.
And now he's going to try to catch someone rotating from B. He may get the drop on Sick. Nah, just with no armor P250, Sick is ready for that one. Misfits, yeah, they'll get double digits, but Optic Gaming will have cash and get the nice full buyout as the goal has been achieved in that round. We'll see if Misfits are going to upgrade these SMGs. I'd imagine not, but some players still elect to do so.
This is going to be very interesting for Misfits. I would like to see them keep these SMGs just because, you know, they've got 3 of them, and with 2 umps and an MP9, those can actually win the round for you.
A water push, a connector push,
yeah, you can take the fight in those tight angles and really throw those submachine guns to your benefit here. So going into this first round, it's going to be interesting, and they do opt to go down in towards that short area here, as we do see the 2 rifles of Amanek and Shazam now peeking in there. Great first kill.
Yeah, good trades. Sean Garris will pick up the AK, get rid of his MP9, free upgrade.
Now they've cleared short B in the process as well, so Connector and short B is in control of Misfits now. You see them rotating around to that A site, and Optic Gaming moving quickly to hopefully beat them there, and it does look like they will be able to. This is where it gets scary now. Are they going to be able to move into this site before Optics execute? Oh, and Devo does spot him out, does release the name. That's going to do some damage here.
Just off the mark. He's the one who eats nade damage. Down to 59. HS catches the quick flank of Sick. Now, this may tempt Optic Gaming to go back down connector. I mean, they can do pretty much whatever they want here with 55 seconds, man advantage, and they just caught the flanker.
Yeah, that opens up the connector push if they do choose to go back down towards that area. But now Omnic pushing towards that long. If he goes down, I feel as though this site is going to be opened up, but what a frag from him securing that long area.
Oh, Omnic spraying away. As Davidovec is going to come help his brother out, but it's HS to find him first. Davidovec can't do anything with his UMP, and it's Sean Gares with an AK in a 1v3.
Unfortunately for Sean Gares here, I would like to see him save this. I mean, the bomb just went down, so if he's able to maybe get an easy frag here, it is possible for him to come back in it. But getting spotted out there.
Keep in mind, he did start this round with an MP9.
He is going to save, I do think, and that is a wise choice from Sean here.
Yeah.
Bring that AK into the next round. Not really go ahead and, why give them the money? We got the money. We can use the guns. This round's a throw up. I'm probably not going to win a 3v1. Great choice from Escares here to run out and save. For the Misfits side, I hate to say it, but hopefully this is a CT side they're able to close out. And with that being said, we do see Davidovec disconnect from the server. It's likely a technical issue here.
We'll get that fixed really quickly. What do we
I believe a PC restarted. Davidovec's just signing right back into his Steam.
That will take 2 seconds then. What are you looking for Misfits? Is there any changes you think they need to make?
No, Misfits have done a great job so far. I think Optic are just, coming out. It's very early into this
Getting
T
the
side.
feelers
yeah,
out.
well, I mean, we've only really seen one gun round into this T side, right? So as soon as you win that first gun round, you're back onto the eco.
Yeah.
So Misfits really haven't had a chance to, fight back really very early here. But going forward, I think they want to maybe pull out that double op setup. We've seen Omnic pull out that op on his back, and he does great things with that thing, as well as Shazam. Having two ops like that, capable of tremendous efforts, is something that I think Misfits should be playing off of right now, and I'm sure Escares is thinking about that as well.
Yeah, thinking about the future. What's to come in the next few rounds. As Overpass is one of those maps that you can run a comfortable double op. Or, you, as we saw on the Optic Gaming side, you run single op, and you just float Alu around all over the place. He was pushing connector at one point. He was down short, peeking water, fighting towards long A. He was in bathrooms consistently. That man was just all over the map, and it was probably difficult for Misfits to get a read as to where he was going to be. But Misfits, of course, do have the power of that double up. I'm actually kind of surprised Optic didn't pull it on their CT side. I guess money was kind of an issue for a bit there for them, too. So.
Yeah, Optic wasn't off to the greatest start on their CT side. Their economy was hurting a little bit. They forced up, I think, once or twice under their belt, and then really they were playing catch-up towards the end of that CT. They did end up catching up. They did end up salvaging the half. But going on to this T side now, I really feel like Optic's going to take hold. I mean, I did talk about their individual skill coming to light on a map like Overpass, and I really feel like that's going to prove forward.
Do you feel Overpass is a little more giving to individual plays, just due to how the rotations work out?
I wouldn't really say individual plays because, as a terrorist, it's really hard to work up short B and get a 3K. It's really hard to run out Monster and get a 3K by yourself, run out long. All the spots individually are not really, excel spots. It's hard to make a play from the short area, sand area, right, and run up into A site. However, when you have teams, it's a very tactical map in the sense that you can use your Molotovs, you can use your flashes to get your teammates into positions now where you have the advantageous shot. Let's say you flash off the person towards A and set up that op on the short B looking into A. Now you have the advantage in that situation, and that's where it comes down to your individual skill. Are you able to hit the shot that's presented to you?
Can you hit the shot presented to you? What do you say to that, Alu? So he's going to be posted towards Party. Early smoke from Misfits will deny them vision, and look at this from them. This time, they're actually playing just behind Bike. It kind of covers half of you. Half your head is covered from the new
off angle because it's actually, I really like it as an off angle because you have the initial rock peak. I'm going to clear rock.
Yep.
And then Bike, well, that's such a hard.
Pretty much have almost like hard swing on you, right?
You're committing so hard to the right, and now because of that commit, And Op playing at the far back actually has an angle advantage.
Call it the bike bait and switch. The bike lane. There you go. New call. Zalu. Slowly going to get party control. Perhaps we'll go down connector. But it looks like
or
him
as
and
Zamenek
Mixwell
would have called it, bicyclette. Bicyclette is
probably
what
he calls it. Do you think he has a bell on his bike?
I don't know.
I do. And one of those playing cards on my tires.
But nonetheless, Misfits now. Look at this aggressive from Zamenek. Freiberg and him are about to face off. Whoever wins this, oh, great pickup from Freiberg now. And that's going to make it scary as we do see HS towards that short B as well. So any more aggression from Misfits could be very scary for them into this round. We do see the bomb now rotating towards
25
short.
seconds.
And with 25 seconds left, it's going to be on Sick and Devo Duvek.
Yeah, can they hang on? They're going to try to both fight Monster, and it didn't work out at all. Freiberg, another big multi-frag round for him as Shazam's caught out towards A, but the bomb's going to go down towards B. Molly nearly was able to take him and put him into the grave. But Optic Gaming being very slow, methodical, they get connector, they get bathrooms, they get lucky timing on the push towards long A, and then they simply just waltz into the B site, because you saw Misfits say, all right, we either fight short or we fight Monster. And they peeked it together. One great flash over from Optic just kind of just denied them double peeking towards Monster. They were full blind. And Optic Gaming bringing it close, bringing it close.
Now, with that happening, I do believe we will see Misfits go on to that save round, that economical round here. And that's going to allow Mixwell and Co. to take their lead here for the first time in the match. Or since pistol rounds.
Since pistol.
Yeah.
But I guess you can say when the round started to heat up with rifles, this is the first rifle round lead, essentially.
100%. Great nade there to put some damage onto Sick. Almost gets Magis the easy kill.
No armor for Misfits. Just P250s and CZs.
Nice flash.
Not bad trades. I think they'll take those on the Misfits side as Sean Cares will catch one more player trying to go in a second tunnel. Won't give chase, just going to fall back. I think they're almost banking in this bomb going up towards A, and they're just going to hard rotate. You almost have to take a gamble chance here. And gambling they will.
Nope, they're just going to actually fake, I believe, towards that A side, come back towards the B, hopefully pull the players of Misfits over. And that's exactly what's happening here as Zamenek comes over, and we do see Eskers rotate into that CT, and that allows Optic to walk into an empty B site.
Things like that, the little mental games. Even on rounds when they know it's just pistols and no armor and no utility.
Well, why risk it, right?
Exactly.
You know a CZ's at the B site. You might want to pull him over, maybe get him to push for kills rather than run into him and give him any more. Especially with the economy being in the situation of Optic, they don't want to be losing guns. They want to be saving them. They want to be able to build that economy going into this latter half now. Because it's getting very close.
Oh, let's be careful. P250 from Sean Cares. So, I mean, 3 players going down for just upgraded pistols. Not bad for Misfits, but Optic Gaming will still be happy. 11-10. They even pick up the op. So they get the op and AK out of it, plus a round. 11-10, as you said. First lead for them since pistols. Perhaps we may have a pause shortly from Sean. It's not going to come to this round, but if they lose this, I imagine Sean's going to want to have a talk. As Magis is going for the SG, a gun that's relatively underused, actually, in the scene.
I'm not sure if that was maybe a misbuy.
You think so?
He prefers to buy it, but I mean.
Well, Alu's going for the R8 again.
The oh, wow. The economy on Optic's fine regardless. They're going to be able to do what they want here for the next few rounds before they have to save. However, Mixwell going down there, and now Freiberg following suit and dropping bomb. That's starting to look scary. Shazam picking up now a kill onto Alu. And we've got a 2-on-4 situation here for Optic. How are they going to be able to come back into this? Is this SSG or SG going to come up big?
Good old SG, the scoped rifle. It's going to be working up connector. HS is going to hold the B site down for now. They do have a minute 5, so look for them to group, if not make some kind of play together.
Oh,
what a shot on a Devaduvek. You see why perhaps we should get used a bit more as he's holding for the peak. Gets a second with it. They're just giving him kills towards the SG, feeding SG beast. Is he going to be ready for this player to be close, right? It would be insane. as he is going to throw the smoke close bathrooms. May get caught out here. Yeah, caught with a molly. Great timing from Sick. Saw the smoke and realized it was time to peek as it's HS in a 1v2. That first shot on David Vec, by the way, was absolutely insane.
Both the shots were good.
Yeah.
Very nice shots.
Can HS get the bomb with Shazam posted on it? That is the question.
Oh,
and he
no.
will win. Shazam misses a shot he has to hit, and
no,
it's a 1v1.
Shazam wasn't even looking at
Or
him.
he was looking towards long, right?
Yeah, Shazam started looking towards Fountain. Yeah, and he got timing there by HS, and that's very unlucky because now HS moving it towards that A site. 10 seconds left. Six got to hightail it. He's probably going to have a sound cue that triggers while that's going on. And let's see what happens here. Yeah.
Where's HS going?
There's going to be a sound cue from HS. Oh, no, he didn't hear it. Sick walks just in time, and now he's got a chance.
Look at HS's spot, though. He can just sit here. It's all on Sick to clear.
Oh, that spot's a dank meme.
He has to clear everything, and this is probably the last spot that he's thinking. I didn't even notice there's a little crack there. You can hold the stairs coming up from B.
Yeah, it's a dank meme.
And it looks like Sick is going to jump on the bomb. And he's going to get the smoke off as he diffuses. HS going to get the spray. In time he can. Optic Gaming continue their roll over the Misfits. And it's the SG and HS together to win a 2v4. Didn't see that happening, but Misfits were very spread out.
Look at these shots right here.
That's unreal.
The first shot picking up. Oh, man. And then he picks up a great second shot as well. I mean, Magis coming to life with that SIG. I don't think anybody really expected that coming into this round, but wow, what a round out of Optic once again. And that's putting Misfits onto an eco round here, allowing Optic to now hit their 13th round. And this is starting to look scary for the Misfits side as Optic starting to spread that gap a little bit further and further.
So to add a little context to the Alu R8, someone messaged me and said he's been using it for the last few months off and on. Because some days he likes it, other days he doesn't.
Okay.
So, again, it is a personal preference thing. It's so rarely used. As Magisk was actually dropped this from HS. So he asked for the SG from one of his teammates.
Oh, wow.
So it gives light that it wasn't a misbuy. It's a full-blown commitment to that rifle right now. As he will hold towards connector. He's just going to fall off. Optic Gaming, safe default across the map, and HS finds the push. He spots a second player coming towards his way, and Magisk will help him out. So, two clean opening picks for Optic Gaming. Now they can get out of the default. Group together, go towards the site. Sick and Omnic are going to try to be sneaky, but this should be Optic Gaming 13.
And I like this from Optic now with 30 seconds left. They're going to be grouping back towards that B bomb site here. And I mean, Omnic getting caught out. Ooh, he almost had a nice little flank mix ball with a little bit of awareness now, watching his teammates' backs, and it's all up to Sick now to maybe get his team a few kills into this eco round. Optic doing a great job, sticking together, staying as a group, not really giving too much to Sick here as Freiburg does clear the sandbags area, picks up the final kill, and Optic on 13 rounds.
13-10. What will Misfits have? What is down the rabbit hole for them? What will they pull out? Is it going to be aggression? Is it going to be full-on trust in Shazam getting aggressive?
And we haven't seen Omnic really pull out his op here onto the CT side, and that's very interesting because he's very good with that weapon. Unfortunately, I don't think the economy on the Misfit side, they can't really afford too many people without nades, so that's why you're not seeing him pick up that op. However, if Misfits do end up, killing Alu here, they do end up winning this round and recovering it. The double op setup is definitely something they're going to go for him. What a kill from Magis. Oh my gosh.
That thing rips. That thing just destroys. A straight down spray pattern. You can pretty much just pull it straight down.
And that allows Optic now to move into that B side across from that short B aggression from the Misfits side. And look at these two players on Misfits now, trapped out in that short B with nothing to play for.
Now, retaking B is made easier by having water control, but not when there's someone in connector ready to flank you at a moment's notice.
Yeah, you can't retake B when you literally have the terrorists in your CT spawn towards Monster, towards connector.
They're everywhere.
I mean, they're everywhere on the from Optic. And, yeah, Misfits have to save here. And not only that, even in saving now, they may get fragged, as you do see Mixwell towards that long area. You see Alu already coming in through the flank, and Freiburg's now going to be making his way up that connector. So even though Misfits, they might be saving, they're looking like they may even lose guns in this round as well.
Sick won't get caught, and his teammates actually maybe off screen. Sick. Okay, off screen, Sick missed some shots on Freiburg, and another second, I think Freiburg may have hit the shot. Or vice versa, of course.
That was a very, very close frag there for Freiberg, the king of banana. Fortunately, no banana here, but he's still doing a dominant game.
We might
Freiberg
see that later.
Sitting on 24 frags as the IGL. Great job out of Freiberg here. Really, like I said, leading by example. And ooh, that
leading by a team nade.
Ooh, that team nade there, almost not too much damage, only doing 10 damage to Alu, so not too bad. It could have been worse.
Well,
did you actually see Scream's team nade on train?
No, what happened?
Oh my gosh. For all you guys watching out there, that's a team nade.
Go check it out.
Go check it out. I can't even tell you.
So Freiberg, after the minor, actually said he was very disappointed in his own personal performance. So maybe this is a bit of a redemption land for him.
Well, Freiberg's been very hard on himself from the start. He's one of the NIP players that, you know, he was never happy when he put in a poor performance. I remember there was a picture of him after one of NIP's losses. He hops right onto the computer by himself, and he's right back to DMing to just work on it. So Freiberg, a very hard-working player, and doesn't give himself any slack. And Matt just
through the wall.
With that SIG, getting himself a spam kill.
Will he get any more with it? As Optic give me a 53 seconds. And a man advantage plus plethora utility. 2 mollies, 3 smokes. They can blanket the B site. And they are going to go, I imagine. A second HS is waiting for the utility to be reined in.
Ooh,
He'll
like
flash.
this.
He's going to go. Fight towards Monster.
Oh, no.
Back turn from Medvedev. Banking on help towards Heaven. And he was actually banking on someone coming out Monster first.
And look at this now from Amanek. He's actually coming around the long, and I don't think he's going to get caught. Yeah, he doesn't get spotted out by anybody. And this is going to be huge. Oh, my God. Magisk
again to find Shazam.
I have a feeling I'm going to be seeing that in league play
You're going to go back and see some pugs.
Weeks. Yeah, oh my gosh, I'm going to be seeing people using that. There's the Amanek flank now.
Yeah, you're right. Didn't get spotted, and now they know. You have to give time for Sick to come over and help him out. As there's a player front water, of course, it's Magisk. Scopes in, taps away. Goodbye, Sick. You can see how deadly it is. As Amanek has 2, won't get a third. Magisk just 4Ks with it. He is just all over the place, finding shots after shots after shots with the gun that no one would have expected. As Optic Gaming are now one little leap away from taking this over the Misfits.
That is crazy there. This SG coming to life for Magisk, really picking up all. That's as soon as he got it in his hands, that's when he started shining.
He started going nuts.
It wasn't like he was playing average CS up until that. I mean, he was doing a good job. Don't get me wrong.
Then they win the 2v4.
Yeah, but as soon as he gets that SG into his hands, well, the rounds completely change.
It's crazy.
He's hitting phenomenal shots. And now Optic on that 15th round.
One little leap away from taking this over. Misfits going against what the desk perhaps would have said. But who can expect an SG to do this? As Alu is going to slowly work towards Fountain. And Freiberg will have his back. Very slow defaults from Optic Gaming. They seem to be finding success into this, catching Misfits players off guard. I think they've gotten the opening pick the last 3 to 4 rounds.
Magisk once again working up that connector area with that SG. He's going to be meeting his teammates up towards that middle now as Optic looking towards that A site for their final execution here. And going up against them is going to be Shazam's Op, which gets him a kill right there. And Amanek's rifle. Only 2 flashes on the defending CTs, however. Not a lot of utility to really delay these terrorists from taking this site.
One saving grace is this player pushing along.
Ooh.
That's Amanek.
Again, Amanek with the great individual push here. Getting that information, but unfortunately, he calls him. What is happening?
How does he get 2 in that situation? Spotted from the site player.
Not
they
only that,
both try to peek him at the same time.
Magisk getting those 2 kills while Amanek was clearing out A gave Optic the free A site.
Free A site. Shazam pulled out.
Shazam pulled all the way out to B. Amanek was pulling all the way around. And now Optic on match point have made their way into that A site. Great frag,
don't tell me this is how it happens. As Amanek going to try to come in through bathrooms, the pinch is on. HS is holding for this peek from Amanek. Hits a nice shot. Shazam and Sean Gares, 25 and 39 HP. As they're going to try to take back this site, which is rightfully theirs. You're right. They line up. Shazam gets the first. Magisk on 5 HP. Picks up the op. Is going to be looking for the frag. Shoulder peeks it. Big frag. Shazam. Then he's on the bomb. And there you have it. Magisk closes it out. What a big play from Optic Gaming. I mean, what can you say about this kid?
I mean, I think in the last, 4 or 5 rounds, he's pulled in like 15 kills on his own. I mean, Magisk coming alive once that SG drops into his hands and really dominating on this. I mean, this is what I kind of expected out of Optic on this map. they seem like they're a little bit more individually talented than the Misfits side, and it definitely showed here on this map. Great game from Optic, 16-10 is what they end up with, Keith.
I think I'm going to pick up the SG from now on. I'm not saying I'm as good as Magisk.
Well, he definitely put on a show with it.
The fact that he gets 2 in that situation from short, because he shoulder peeked sight, and there's a player on the rail behind the wood stack.
Yep.
Spotted him. The player water peaks, and then the player monster peaks at the same time, and somehow he gets both of them out of nowhere.
No, it was definitely huge for Magisk going up that short area with that SG. That allows, on top of Aminic's flank, he's getting frags while Aminic's calling there's no one A. Well, yeah, Shazam's going to full rotate over to B. When Shazam gets to B, well, at that moment, Optic's moved into A. They're planting the bomb, and that post-plant scenario gets very scary for the Misfits side, which are unable to pull it out. Great effort from Optic.
That was a great cobblestone game. Or cobblestone. Overpass. Jeez, threw that one, didn't I? That one was gone from me. No, I really enjoyed that because you get to see the dynamics of different CT sides and also T sides. The T sides there's a bigger difference for me where Misfits were willing to be more aggressive early on in their defaults, where they'd get water controlled and sit, get connector control. While on the other side, you see Optic Gaming having that slow default where they'd be content to just having having just playground and just spotting monsters. So it was cool to see that the dynamic and differences in T sides.
100%. I would have maybe liked to seen a little bit of a change with Aminec. I would have liked to seen him maybe pull that CT side op out, because looking at him on Cash earlier in this tournament, he was doing a great job on Cash. Unfortunately, he didn't get that opportunity on Overpass. And nonetheless, I mean, I think Aminec pulling out that op onto Overpass maybe would have turned the tides in that Misfits' favor.
And Freiburg playing really well.
Yeah, Freiburg played one hell of a game here today. And, I mean, as the IGL coming out, like I've said it before, I've said it twice already, he's leading by example. You're putting up the frags, making the calls for his team, and really putting that effort in all around that Optic needed.
Would have been an interesting dynamic to actually see that double up coming out, as you mentioned, on Misfits side. Maybe that bolsters their